Hey guys, welcome to class. Today we're going to be practicing with my beautiful friend and incredible teacher, Francesca. She's going to request to join now and I'll add her in. So let's see how to do this. I did this once before, but okay, there. Oh, wait, I have so many requests to join. None of them are Francesca. Sorry, it's gonna take me a while to figure this out. Hi, Renee. So today's class, we're gonna be doing a flow into some inversions. Like at the end of the class, it'll be more like a workshop. We'll workshop headstand, forearm stand, handstand, and Francesca will speak a little bit about press as well, which is gonna be amazing to learn from her. Okay, there she is. So, let me see.
There.
Hello.
Hi.
So excited to teach you. Okay, this should be fine. Okay, yeah, so this is my amazing friend Francesca, and we're gonna basically co-teach together. 1 second, I'll turn off the comments. And all you need is your mat. Will they need any props?
2 blocks for later, but just as an option.
Okay, so yeah. I'm gonna bring the phone a bit close because I can't see very well. So
Yeah, and I have to do the same after with you.
yes. Okay.
I mean, I look stuck on my phone. Am I moving?
No, you're moving.
Okay, good. I'm stuck on my phone. That is so good.
You're moving. Okay.
Okay, hello everyone. So we are gonna co-teach. I'm gonna start, and then Amina's gonna take over, and then I'll take over again. It's very nice to be here. So we're gonna start in a sitting position today. So just hips on top of the heels. Just relax the hands into the knees, and so just by closing your eyes, taking a big inhalation to the top of the head. Exhale, mouth open, and drop it down. One more time, inhaling all the way up to the top of the head. And in the exhalation, allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears, releasing your face. Bring the awareness into the breath, into the body. And try to take the face of the observer that observes your feelings, your thoughts. Maybe bring the awareness in what happened before this class and what will happen after. And imagine for every exhalation just to drop any attachment to these emotions right here, right now. Bring the awareness into this very present moment. Inhaling all the way up to the top of the head, feeling the belly button towards the spine, the chest opening up. In the exhalation, feel the energy coming down, but one energy lifting up even more towards the top of the ceiling. Inhaling all the way up. And exhale. One last, inhaling. And exhaling. And slowly blink your eyes open. We're going to interlace the fingers and place the palms of the fingers away from you. Lifting the arms up. In the inhalation, we're going to lift the shoulders towards the ears, and the exhalation, we're going to drop the shoulders down without dropping the spine. Inhaling all the way up, and exhale down. One more, inhale up, and exhale down. In the next inhalation, we're going to lift the shoulders up, this time arch the spine and look up. Exhale, bring the hands forward in front of you and round the spine, spread the shoulder blades. One more time, inhaling, opening up. Spine into cow shape, look up. Exhale, bring the hands forward and round the spine. One more, just like this. Inhale to open up, arch the spine. And exhale, hands forward and round. Inhale to come up this time, cut the arms and just stay here. Really open up the chest, press the elbows out to the side. Interlace the fingers behind the back, press the hands down and open up the chest. Look up if you can. Slowly chin to chest and release. Good. Hands forward. This time I'm going to press one foot on top of the other. So really feel the bone on top of the arch of the opposite foot and sit back. So it's a little self-foot massage. Now bring the right hand into the left side of the head. Now here, and exhale, take the head towards the right side. You can either stay here, or if you feel better, have the left arm behind the back, grab the hands and give yourself a stretch. Breathe into the left side of the neck. Maybe play a little bit with the angle of it. And then release at the side, so either just the hands towards the right side of the head, taking the head towards the left side, or hugging the right arm behind the back, and then give yourself a little stretch. Keep pressing the right shoulder away from the right ear. Good. And then slowly release, 2 hands forward. We're going to swap foot. So left foot on top of the right, just like this, and then sit back. So it shouldn't feel painful, but it is quite into the uncomfortable almost. This time I'm going to lift the right arm up, bend the elbow, and then take the elbow behind the back, and then press the head back to open up the armpit, the triceps. Only if you can, you're going to bind the arms behind the back, and then keep pressing the head back. Keep hugging the rib cage in, feeling the belly button towards the spine, pelvic floor lifting up. Good. And then slowly swap. So left arm up, grab the elbow, place it behind the back, and then press the head back into the elbow. And if you can and want, take a bind. And again, pressing the head back and open up. Good. Slowly release. One more time, fingers down. This time, tuck the toes under and start moving the knees forward and back. Massaging the front of the feet. Good. And then release the knees down. Take the 10 toes down into the mat and sit up. One more time, interlace the fingers, lift them up. This time, we're going to create circles with the thoracic spine. So inhaling, arching and opening. Go to the side, open and spread the rib cage. The ribs in all directions into one way. And then the other. Initiate the movements as well with the stomach. Going to all the places where the spine feels a little bit stiff when you try to open it up. Good. On the top, one more time, cup the arms to stay here. Open up the chest, arch the spine, look up. Again, interlacing the fingers behind the back. Press the hands down, open up the chest. Look up if you can. Slowly chin to chest and release. Hands forward, stretch the feet, and then take the weight back to stretch the ankles. So you can either keep the hands into the mat. If you can, just give yourself a hug and stay here. Good. Coming back, hands down, mid-thigh. Now press the mat away, controlled by the stomach. See if you can lift the knees off the mat. Lolasana lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the knees down, and this time walk the hands forward, knees back. So hands right underneath the shoulder. The knees are a little bit wider on the hips this time. And start taking some hip circles, maybe closing your eyes. And again, really feeling what the body needs, what the body wants. Moving in whatever way your body wants you to move. There's no rule, there's no way. Just really go into the places, maybe observing a little bit where the body feels the stiffest. Good. And then slowly exhale both the hips towards the heels. Walk the hands forward a little bit. Now squeeze the inner thighs. You're going to inhale, round the spine forward into all fours. Exhale, lift tail, chest and chin, and arch the spine back into the heels. Inhaling, waving forward, squeeze the inner thighs coming up. And exhale, arch the spine and take it back. One more. Stomach towards the spine, rounding the spine forward to come up. Exhale, arching, bringing the spine back. Inhale, way forward into all fours. This time, exhale, allow the hips to come down and wiggle a little bit from side to side. That's a very lazy up dog. Exhale, lie down into the tummy, fingertips into the side of the shoulders. Open up the legs a little bit more. squeeze the glutes, tailbone down towards the mat. We're gonna inhale, press the mat away and come up. Exhale, mouth open, and release. If you can, walk the hands a little bit closer to the chest, inhaling, coming up. Squeeze the glutes, stomach lifting up, chest up, head up, and exhale, melt. One more, inhale to wave up, and exhale to release. Good. Now open up the arms out to the side. We're going to lift the left leg up and reach with the left leg towards the right hand. You can either stay here or lift the left arm up. If you can, you're going to try to interlace the fingers, keep pressing the right shoulder down, and take a little back bend feeling here. Open up the chest. Left hand slides down, stay here into the twist, and then slowly taking it back. Opposite side, so right leg reaches up. Try to touch the left hand. Either just stay here or lift the right arm up. If you can interlace the fingers, now keep pressing the left shoulder down and push the chest forward to open up. Slowly, right hand slides down into the mat. And gently taking the right leg back. All the way. We're going to inhale, reach with the top of the head, open up into Cobra. If you can, lift your hands off the mat. If you can, lift the legs off the mat. Stay here for 5. Lift up 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down, feet down. Now lift up into up dog. Knees down and go back into all 4. Now we're going to place the hands again right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to sink the shoulders down in between the hands, and then the inhalation, we're going to press the mat away, inflating the shoulder blades. We're going to sink down, lift up, just the shoulders, down, and up, and down, and up. Come back to neutral. We're going to do the same just with the hips. So in the inhalation, we're going to lift the tailbone up. Exhalation, we're going to take the tailbone down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Try to keep the rest of the spine stable. Up and down. And then come back to neutral. Now flip the hands. The fingers are towards the knees. We're going to inhale, arch the spine, take the shoulders towards the hips, look up, cow shape. Exhale, squeeze your thighs, round the spine and press the wrist down. Inhale to open up into a cow shape. Open the chest, look up, open the throat. Exhale, squeeze your thighs and round the spine, chin to chest. One more, inhale to open up. And exhale to round. Now tuck toes under and lift, press the hips down towards the heels. Stretch the wrist even more. If you can, bend the elbows and go a little bit more into the fingers. Good. And then slowly come back as a counterbalance. Place the hands into the mat. Shoulders towards the hips and then spread them out. Maybe curve the fingers in. Good. And then slowly release the hands, sit back and take a couple of breath circles, one direction and then the other. Good. Shake them up. And again, place the hands down into the mat. This time walk the feet away from you into high plank. So try not to drop the shoulders down, but really press away from the mat, stomach towards the spine, squeeze the glutes. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Walk the dog a little bit from side to side, massaging the hamstring. And then make sure that the 10 fingers are spread, the index fingers are towards the front of the mat. Have the elbows and armpits towards each other. If you need, bend the knees and really lift the tailbone up and press away, lengthening the spine. Breathe into the body, into the spine, into the hamstring, and try to create as much space as possible between each joint. Inhaling, lifting both heels off the mat. Exhale, reach the heels down and lengthen the spine even more. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, press the heels down and lengthen. One last. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Inhale, lift the heels off the mat. Round the spine forward into high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, lift tail, chest and chin, and arms and back down. Resisting dog. Inhaling, waving forward through the spine into high plank. Exhale, wave back down, resisting dog. One last, inhaling, waving forward into high plank. This time, exhale, allow the hips to come down into supported up dog. Open the chest, look up. And then lift the hips, go back into down, resisting dog. Slowly start walking the feet forward towards the hands. Soft knees if you need. Inhale, come up into the fingertips and look up. Lift the tailbone up, shoulders towards the hips. Breathe into it. Good. Slowly exhale, hug the elbows and forward fold. Wiggle a little bit from side to side. Allow the head to be heavy. The shoulder to fall towards the ears. Good. Slowly both hands down into the mat. Open up the feet out to the side and exhale, release the hips down into Malasana. Now walk the fingers forward and wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side. Now sink the hips down even more. Attach the arms into the shin and lift the chest up. So making sure that the knees are in the same direction of the second toe. Feel the hips grounding down while the top of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling, lengthening the spine. Either stay here or sink the left shoulder down, press against the left knee, open the right arm up. If you want, then can take a bind. If not, just stay there. Inhale, coming back to center. Now press your right shoulder against your right knee to open up. Either stay here or take a bind. Keep pressing the hands down to open up the chest. Slowly coming back to center, we're going to activate the legs a little bit. Squeeze the lower glutes, open up the knees, coming up just a little bit. Exhale, release the hips down. Inhale to come up just a little bit. Open up the knees, exhale down. One last. Inhale to come up. And slowly exhale, release down. Hands down, lift the hips up, cross the feet. Soft knees to inhale, roll all the way up to standing. Keep this as apart or even wider, hands into the hips. Hip circles nice and wide into one direction. And then the other. Good. One last, feet together this time. So ground the feet, squeeze the sides, interlace the fingers, index fingers out. Reach up, squeezing everything up, and exhale, we're going to go towards the right side of the body, hips to go towards the left. Open up the chest for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to come back. Release the knees, release the shoulders. One more time. Squeeze everything. Reach up, reach up, reach up. And exhale, go towards the left side. Hips go towards the right side. Belly button to spine for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming up. Open up the feet. Keep distance apart. Put both hands into the hips. Fingers towards the ribs. And then press the hips forward. You have to come back, hands into the ribs, lift the ribs up, elbows in, hips forward, chest up, eventually release the head back. And then slowly coming back, feet together, arms along the side. Do you take over, Amina?
Yes, I'll just move this back a little bit more. Okay, so bringing your feet together. Inhale, reach up. Squeeze the palms together, look up at the thumbs. And exhale, fold forward. You can bend the knees if you'd like, head down. Inhale to halfway lift, widen the collarbones, tailbone back. Bend the knees, palms down, step the right leg back. Back knee down, sweep your arms up, take your low lunge back bend. Inhale to lift the chest, and on your exhale, soften the right hip forward and down. 2 more breaths here. Press the center of the left heel down and the back toes down to squeeze the glutes. Last breath, maybe taking your eyes up to the fingers. And exhale, plant the palms to frame the foot, step it back to plank. And then lower knees, chest, and chin. Keep your butt high. Inhale, slide forward, baby cobra, big toes together. Drag your mat back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, curl the toes, press back. Downward facing dog. Bring your eyes to your navel and push the floor away. See if you can curl the tip of your tailbone up to the ceiling, reaching it away from your fingertips. Finding length in your spine. And just notice the rhythm of your breath, the sensation of your breath. On your next inhale, lift the right leg up. Gaze forward, step it forward between your palms, back knee down, low lunge. Sweep the arms up. Inhale to pick up your chest, and exhale to soften the left hip forward and down. Press the right heel down, back toes down, activate the glutes, and feel for squeezing inner thighs together. Last breath, chest up, take your gaze up to the fingers. And exhale, plant the palms to frame the foot, step the left leg forward. Inhale, halfway lift, tailbone back, press forward. Exhale, forward fold, head down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, squeeze the palms together, look up. Exhale, thumbs at the heart, hands by your side. Empty the lungs. Apply your locks, lifting pelvic floor, navel in towards your spine. Again, inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, widen the collarbones, bend the knees, palms down, step the left leg back. Back knee down, sweep your arms. With every inhale, pick up the back of your heart. And with every exhale, allow that left hip to come forward and down. Squeezing inner thighs together, pressing your heel down, your toes down, activating the glutes. Last breath, eyes up. And exhale, plant the palms to frame the right foot, step it back to plank. Lower knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, slide forward, baby cobra, big toes together. Contract your thighs and drag the mat back, isolating the movement to your chest. And exhale, curl the toes, press back. Downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath. Feel for wrapping the outer arms down, armpits looking towards each other. And ground into your fingers, feeling the webbing between all your fingers. And if your heels are down, spread your toes, lift them off the mat to center the heels down even further. On your next inhale, gaze forward, lift the left leg up. And then step it forward between your palms, back knee down, low lunge, arms up. Inhale to puff the chest upwards. And exhale, right hip forward and down. Actively reach back through your fingertips. Squeeze inner thighs together. Last breath, maybe taking the gaze up, chest up. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right leg forward. Inhale, halfway lift, shift your weight onto your toes, find your back bend. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knees, head down. Inhale, rise all the way up, squeeze the palms together. You can take a slight standing back bend, lift the chest, follow your eyes to your fingers. Weight in the heels, thighs contracted. And exhale, release thumbs at the center of your chest, hands by your side, empty the lungs. As you empty the lungs, find your locks again. Lift pelvic floor, draw the navel in and up. Surya V. Inhale, sweep your fingers to the floor, sit low for chair. Shift your weight back into your heels and spread your toes off the mat. Squeezing your inner thighs together, using all of these activations to contract the glutes. Now sit a little bit lower. Exhale, chest to your thighs as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift preparation. Bend your knees, palms down. You can jump or step back, going into a chaturanga, lowering the elbows down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, widen the collarbones. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up. Gaze forward, step it forward between your palms, spin the back heel down, rise up for warrior one. So keep a straight line from heel to heel, right knee over your ankle, tracking with your second toe, and contract the back thigh. Press down into the outer edge of your back foot. And here you can also recruit the glutes by pressing the heel, right heel down, outer edge of the back foot down, squeezing the glutes in. With every inhale, lift your waist up out of your pelvis. And with every exhale, close bottom ribs. Last breath, maybe taking your eyes up to the thumbs. And exhale, open the arms out, coming into warrior two. You can widen your stance. And now allow the right heel to dissect the back arch of your foot and sit a little bit lower. Gaze towards index and middle finger. And soften your shoulders down. Press down into the right big toe, pinky toe, and heel. Last breath here, tailbone down, rise taller all the way up to the crown of your head. And inhale, bend the right knee a little deeper, keep it there. Slide the back hand down your leg, reverse warrior. Send the right pinky finger away from inner right knee, elongating the right side of your waist. Stay active through the feet, pressing down firmly. One last breath here. And slowly release back into warrior two. And then bring your right hand down, left hand down, so you're windmilling the arms down. Heel toe the right leg out to the edge of your mat. Pivot the back toes forward and just shift forward and back a few times. Coming into a lizard preparation. See if you can expand through the collarbones. Soften your jaw and your face. And then when your body's ready, lower the back knee down. Take a twist. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand to inner right knee. Gently open the hip out to the right. You can stay here, or you can bend the back knee. Grab your foot from the outside with your hand or a strap. Inhale, kick your foot into your hand. And exhale, heel down. Inhale to kick. Exhale, heel down. Last one, kick. Let that kick open up the right shoulder. Exhale, heel down and hold. Breathing into left quad, left hip. And slowly release the left foot down. Curl the back toes, pivot them out to come into Skandasana. And just slowly shift from side to side. So you can do whatever feels good here. Maybe taking a bind, maybe a side bend. Just listening to your body. The next time you're at the center, pause here. Pivot the second toes forward so your feet are parallel. So stay where you are. I'm going to show you from the side. Now, if you have a block, you can do this with a block. Otherwise, you can just do it with your fingertips. So you're reaching your fingertips forward, away from your tailbone. Pressing down with the outer edges of the feet. And use your inhales to elongate the spine. And your exhales to melt the chest down a little bit further. One more breath here. And inhale to look up. Walk your hands back. Now interlace your fingers at the base of your spine. Squeeze your palms together and exhale to fold. Squeeze shoulder blades together. And see if you can shift a little more weight forward onto the toes. Feel the connection of the outer edges of your feet, using that to squeeze the glutes. And lift pelvic floor, pull low belly in. On your next inhale, look up. Exhale, rise all the way up. From here, pivot the right toes out. Bring your hands to frame the right foot. Send it back. Three-legged dog. Now keep that right leg high. Outer right hip down. And shift forward into a plank, but squeezing the shoulder blades together. So it's half plank, half upward dog. Bend the right knee, look up and back. Downward facing dog. Two more times. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades together. Reach the right big toe towards your head. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last one. Reach the right leg up, bend your knees, squeeze shoulder blades, look up, and back, downward facing dog. Lower the right leg down, shift forward into plank, go through your vinyasa, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog, collarbones wide. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just notice the breath. If you need to take a rest here, you can come into a child's pose or an extended puppy, lowering the knees down and walking the hands forward, chest or forehead down. Just slowing down your breath. Breathe into your middle back. On your next inhale, press back into tabletop position, curl the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Gaze forward, you can jump or step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit low for chair. Squeeze inner thighs together, weight back in your heels. Lift pelvic floor, pull low belly in, and sit a little bit lower. Exhale, stand up and release. Again, inhale, chair pose. Holding for 3 breaths, lift your toes, ground into your heels evenly. Squeezing the glutes. Squeeze inner thighs. And tailbone down to the heels. Exhale, chest your thighs as you fold. Inhale, halfway lift preparation, bend the knees, palms down, jump or step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, step it forward between your palms, coming into your warrior one. Heel to heel alignment, rise up. Keep your left knee aligned with your ankle, aligned with your second toe. And then contract the back thigh, pressing down into the outer edge of your back foot. With every inhale, waist up out of the pelvis. With every exhale, close bottom ribs, lift pelvic floor. Last breath, maybe taking your eyes up to the fingers. And exhale, open the arms out, come into warrior two. You can widen your stance. Left heel dissects the back arch of your foot. Gaze towards left index and middle finger and soften the shoulders down. Ground into left big toe, pinky toe and heel. And press down into the outer edge of your back foot. Lengthen your tailbone down, rise up taller, all the way up to the crown of your head. On your next inhale, bend the left knee a little bit deeper. Keep it there. Slide the back hand down your leg, reverse warrior. Send that left pinky finger away from inner left knee. Elongating the left side of your waist. Feel the connection of your feet pressing down into the floor. One last big breath into the left side of your waist. Slowly rise up, warrior two. Bring the right hand down, left hand down. Heel to the left leg out to the edge of your mat. And pivot the back toes forward. Start to shift forward and back. See if you can expand through the collarbones. And take the bend out of your back knee. When your body's ready, lower the right knee down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand to inner left knee. Gently open the hip out. You can stay here or you can bend the back knee. Grab your foot with your hand or a strap from the outside. Inhale, kick your foot into your hand. Exhale, heel down. Inhale to kick. Let that kick open up the left shoulder. Exhale, heel down. Last one, inhale, kick. Exhale, heel down and hold. Soften through your face. Full breath into right hip, right quad. And release. Left hand back to the inside of the left foot. Curl the back toes, pivot them out. Coming into Skandasana. So if it's easy for you doing this on the fingertips, maybe palms to the center of your chest, moving with control as you transition from side to side. Do whatever feels good here. And you can still keep pressing down into the heels to recruit even more glute engagement. The next time you're at the center, pause here, pivot the second toes forward, fingertips on the same line as your toes, hug your elbows in. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, reach the crown of your head down to the floor. So even if the crown of your head isn't touching, you can place a block or just relax it down. Keep grounding into the outer edges of the feet. Lift pelvic floor. Pull the low belly in. Inhale to look up. Now place the right hand under your nose. Lift the left arm up for a twist. Try to keep the hips stable here, isolating the movement to your upper thoracic spine. Widen the collarbones. You can stay here or bend the left elbow, looking for inner right thigh, twisting a little bit deeper. Looking over the left shoulder. Extend the left arm back up and switch. Left hand under your nose, right arm up. Feel your outer edges of your feet pressing down. And widen the left collarbone. You can stay here or bend the right elbow, looking for your inner left thigh. One last breath. And right arm back up. Bring your hands together. Inhale, look up. On your exhale, hands to your waist, rise all the way up. Pivot the left toes out. Bring your hands to frame the foot, back toes forward. Step it back, three-legged dog. Reach the left big toe up, outer left hip down, so you're squaring off your hips. Shift forward into like a plank position, shoulders squeezing together. Bend the left knee, look up and back. Three-legged dog. Squeeze shoulder blades together, look up, exhale back. Three-legged dog, last one. Shift forward, squeeze shoulder blades, bend the left knee, and exhale back. Three-legged dog. Lower the left leg down and go through your vinyasa. Roll forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Push the floor away. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can stay in your down dog or lower the knees down to take a rest. Hips to the heels or extend the puppy. Just slowing down the breath. Feeling the movement of the breath within your body. On your next inhale, rise up. Now grab your blocks if you have your blocks. You can also do this without blocks. If you have blocks, bring them on a medium setting. So like this. And then bring your elbows to the blocks. The blocks are shoulder distance. Okay, palms together. Walk your knees back, making some space. And then melt the chest down. Maybe the forehead reaches down as well. Squeeze the palms together to keep an activation as you wrap the outer arms down, still trying to get the armpits to rotate in towards each other. And breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Last breath here. And slowly rise back up, coming back into downward facing dog. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. Gaze forward. You can jump or step to the outside of the hands for Malasana. Palms to the center of your chest. Press your outer arms into your inner knees back into your outer arms, using this action to lengthen your spine upwards. And then use the assistance of your hands to place the sitting bones down for core.
Good. So let's take over again. We're going to stretch the legs forward, the arms forward, stomach towards the spine. Now here, and exhale very slowly, vertebra after vertebra, start rolling down, all the way down. Inhale to lift the arms up and above the head without touching the floor. Exhale here, and then inhale, slowly start rolling up, all the way up. Inhale to come up, reach up, and exhale, just take a forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening the spine, grabbing the outside of the feet, the big toes, wherever feels good. And exhale, just release here for a little bit. Keep reaching the top of the head towards the feet, lifting the tailbone upwards, lengthening the spine, breathing into the spine, into the hamstring. And very slowly keep the spine round. Inhale to come up, and exhale to lie all the way down into the mat. Okay, we're going to lift the legs up. So if you want to intensify this a little bit, you can place the block with the length in between the inner thighs. I'm going to do it without today because I feel it's heavy enough. But legs up, feet just behind the back. So feel the stomach pressing towards the spine. In the inhalation, lift the shoulder blades off the mat. And then lift the feet slightly up, the hips slightly off the mat and stay here. For 1, 2, contracting the front body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Step onto the feet directly upwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Bend the knees, roll a bit from side to side. We're going to repeat the same thing this time with the legs open. So we're going to bring the legs back. You can either open them just a little bit. If you have the flexibility, open them even more. Interlace the fingers this time, press the index fingers forward. Shoulder blades off the mat, and one more time, lift the hips off the mat. If you want to work on the compression, squeezing the feet towards the shoulders, stay here for 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulsing forward with the fingers for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Bend the knees to the chest. Roll a bit from side to side. Now lift the legs up. So you can either place the hands underneath the hips or just walk them or press them down into the side of the hips. Inhale here. Then slowly press the shoulder blades off the mat and start walking the feet away from you, keeping the spine into the mat. Good. And then slowly inhale, bend the knees and lift the legs up. If it's too heavy on the neck, you can also place the fingers into the back of the head. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly legs down. Bend the knees, lift up. 2 more. Slowly down, stomach towards the spine, and then lift up. 1 more. Slowly down, and then lift up. Good. Bend the knees, start rolling forward and back, massaging the spine. Good. And then press the feet down, hip distance apart. We place the hands into the knees. We're going to inhale, lift the chest and open up the spine. Exhale, squeeze the thighs, round the spine, spread the shoulder blades. Inhale to open up, arching, feeling into the spine, into the chest. Exhale, squeeze the thighs and round the spine. 2 more. Inhale to open up. Exhale, round the stomach towards the spine. 1 last. Inhale to open up. Exhale to round. This time come up into the fingertips, walk the hands forward, lift the feet out the floor and lift the chest up. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hollow body hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to come up, Feet down, hands into the side of the hips. Press the mat away and lift the hips off the mat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips down, lift the feet up, hands up. Same here. Squeezing in, squeezing the knees into the chest. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hold the body, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to come up. Sit down, hands into the side of the hips, lift the hips up for 5. To the pelvic floor, lifting you up. 3, 2, 1. Last one, last time. Lift the hips off the mat, squeeze the knees into the chest. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, hold the body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to lift up. Feet down, hands down, lift the hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips down. Now bend the legs, press the hands forward. Just stretch the core a little bit. Wiggle a little bit from side to side. Again, very lazy at top. Just to loosen up. Good. And then slowly we're going to sit back. So cross the legs one more time. Now place the feet forward in front of you. And the hands with the fingers towards the hips. Now hug the elbows in towards each other. Squeeze the inner side in. Now inhale, lift the hips and chest up. If you're okay with it, release the head back. Lifting the hips up. And then slowly exhale, release the hips down. We're going to make this a little bit more dynamic. So maybe I'm going to show it once first. So we're going to inhale, lift up the same way. Exhale, we're going to round the spine to pressing the mat away and walk the hips behind the hands without touch. Inhale to roll up. Exhale, roll back. Okay? Good. So prepare the hands behind the hips, feet down, squeeze the inner thighs, inhale to lift the hips up. Exhale, press the mat away, round the spine, press back, hips behind the hips. Yes. Inhale to come up. Exhale, back.
Are your knees together?
Yeah. No, apart. Distance. Yes, you're doing good. Exhale, back. Good. 2. Exhale, back. Last one. Up. Exhale, back. Now same here. One leg up. And down. The other. And down. One leg up. The other leg up. Oh, and right up. Rock the feet forward. The hands behind you quite a lot with the fingers out to the side and sink the chest now. It's a very weird posture.
Yeah.
The fingers out to the side and really feel the stretch into the shoulder blades, into the shoulders. Good. And then slowly you can lift up. Nothing that's enough for now, so if you want to take over, Nina.
So if you guys have any energy left, we have some other drills. But that was amazing. Felt my core.
Okay, good.
Super fired up. Okay, 1 second. Let me fix this. So from where you are, from your seated position, let's come into like a Paschimottanasana forward fold position. So now bring your fingertips a few inches above the knees. So maybe 2 or 3 inches on the fingertips. Point the toes. Inhale, take a big inhale. Exhale, lift pelvic floor. Pull the low belly in and lift the right leg up. And slowly release, left leg up. Keep going like that. Keep your thighs contracted. And now the next time your left leg comes down, lift both legs up. Lift them as high as you can. Exhale, lower half an inch from the floor. Sorry, inhale, lower half an inch from the floor. Use your exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Keep bringing the legs as high up as you can. Using your exhalations to lift pelvic floor. Pull the navel into the spine. 3 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale to lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Hold and squeeze. Using full exhalations, getting to the bottom of the exhale to squeeze, lift pelvic floor, legs up higher, and release. Good. Now, you're going to take your hands a little bit lower, so maybe 1 inch below the knees. So the further the hands will be, the more difficult this will be. So we're doing 2 more rounds, so just adjust for yourself. So this time I'm going to bring it about 1 inch below the knees. Lift the right leg up, exhale, softly lower it down, left leg up. Just doing 3 per leg. Last round. Next time your left leg comes down, lift both up. Lower down, exhale, lower down. Hopefully you can do it way higher than I can. And lower down, keep going. 5 more.
Oh.
Last 2. And lift and hold. Lift pelvic floor, pull low belly in. I think this is difficult for everyone, so stay with it. Wow, your legs are super high. Woo. Squeeze, stay with it. Last breath. And lower down, shake it out. You can make little twists. Okay, last round. I'm sweating more than I've ever sweated before in my life. Now you can lower your hands as low as your legs will lift, basically, okay? So, take a big inhale. We're just going to do this time the lifts all the way, up and down, 1/2 inch from the floor, and really use your exhale to lift the legs up, thighs contracted. Take a big inhale, exhale, lift and squeeze. Lower 1/2 inch from the floor, exhale to lift. Keep going. So you're doing 8. You can count with the breath. Last 3. Last one, lift. And release. Shake it out. You can take a forward fold if you'd like. Just finding some softness and ease. Okay. Now separate your feet for a straddle. So it's up to you how wide you want your legs to go. Now bring blocks or anything that you have that can come to the insides of the feet. Okay, so by the ankles. And then bring your fingertips down. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, start to make 3 slow circles around whatever it is that you have. So the higher, obviously, the thing you've placed is, the more difficult this will be. Try not to touch your object. Sorry, I said 3, but I meant 5. So 2 more. Last one. And then release. Going to the other side. Take a big inhale. Point the toes. Pelvic floor lifts. Pull low belly in and keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Like this. Take a little break. Okay. Now for the most fun, you can keep actually the blocks by the ankles. Take a big inhale and exhale. Lift both feet up. Start making big circles. Try not to touch your block. 5, 4. So I'm leaning back, and that's bad alignment. Or not bad, but it's just I'm not strong enough yet. So try to lean forward. This is, I guess, the easier ways to lean back. Last 2, big circles, and switch directions. So you can take a rest. More advanced, you can keep going. With the block leaning forward to see if that's going to work. Okay. No. Okay, again. Now switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and release. Take a break. Last one. When you're ready, fingertips down. Take a big inhale. Exhale, lift pelvic floor. Pull low belly in. Lift your feet up and hold. Maybe extend your arms up. Reach your feet up higher. Good. Last 2 breaths. Stay with it. Imagine gluing your thighs up to your chest, feet up, and release. Down. Okay. And then from here, bring the feet together, making a diamond shape. So your heels are far away from your pubic bone. Grab onto the outer edges of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, round your spine down, creating space between each vertebra. Breathing into your hips for a moment. Let the shoulder blades widen apart. And just relax your face, slow down the breath. And inhale to look up. Now, headstand is next, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm going to show a broken down explanation to headstand. So if you're still working on your headstand, this is a way for you to see if you're ready to come up into your headstand or not. Okay, so it's very detailed, very broken down. If you already have a headstand, you can go ahead and hold a long headstand now for as long as you like. So to come into your headstand, just come into a tabletop position. Hands are shoulder width distance. Okay. Then so watch first. Okay, bring your elbows down. Make sure your elbows are shoulder distance. Then you're going to curl the toes and then lift up into a dolphin, okay? From here, inhale, relax the shoulders down, just be very lazy. Exhale, push up. Inhale, collapse through the shoulders, head down. Exhale, push up. 2 more, inhale, relax. Exhale, push up. Last one. Exhale, push up and hold. So you're pressing the floor away. Lots of space between your shoulders and your ears. And then lower the knees down. So this action that you just did of pushing away is crucial for headstand. You don't want there to be weight in your head. It's almost like when you're in headstand, you're able to lift your head off the floor from how engaged you are in your headstand. So this is your diagnostic tool. Now when I show you how to come into it, if you are able to do that pushing away action, then you can keep going. Once you feel like you can't anymore, then stop and stay there, and that's a great place to work, okay? So same thing, elbow shoulder distance. This time, interlace your fingers, make a basket, okay? Now, you're going to place the crown of your head down to the floor. The back of your head will be lightly cupping with the basket. If you're confused about where the crown of the head is, just place your palm, okay, to the middle of your forehead, and then your middle finger, that's roughly where the crown of the head will be. So this is the part that's on the floor. And then the back of the head is cupping with your head. So again, elbows down. Interlace the fingers, make a basket, crown of your head comes down, and you have live contact from the back of your head and your fingers. Now, curl the toes. Start to walk your feet as close as you can towards the elbows. Every step that you take, check if you can keep the shoulders away from the ears. So if that's happening, keep going. Shoulders away from the ears. Once you have your hips somewhat over the shoulders so you feel like you're super close, okay, bend one knee into your chest. And then switch, other knee to your chest, shoulders away from ears. Now, if all of this still feels okay, one knee into the chest, use the other foot like a spring and come up, knees together. Stay here. Push the floor away, shoulders away from the ears, lift pelvic floor, pull low belly in. Now, if this still feels okay, you can extend the legs straight. Tailbone towards the heels. Imagine someone pulling you up from your toes. To come down, reversing slow, knees into the chest, and come down, taking a child's pose. So this way that I just showed is a lot harder than if you are to just do this and kick up into your headstand. The reason you don't want to kick up into your headstand is because there's a lot of weight in the head when it's not done with activation, and it can crunch the neck. And you want to find your activation before you come into this pose. So just work on that very slowly, one step at a time. Facing the wall is also great, and the wall is there to give you feedback if you're going too far, but just always make sure that even if you're using a wall, you're still, this is everything, the pushing away, okay? So when you're ready, we're gonna do forearm stand now.
Yes. Should I move to the wall now? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. We can come to the wall.
Yes, I think we can move to the wall just for safety reasons.
Yes. Maybe over here.
think. Okay. So I'm going to repeat a little bit what Amina. So I'm going to work into Pincha Mayurasana for unbalance. So I'm going to repeat a little bit what Amina just did. So we're going to start into having the elbows and the hands down into the mat, tuck toes under, and lift yourself up into dolphin. Now keep having this feeling of having the elbows and armpits towards each other and press back. Now look at the hands and try at the same time inhalation to lift both elbows off the mat at the same time. This is my friend called Tours for Dog. Slowly hug the elbows in, look at the hands at the same time, release the elbows down. Walk the feet back and come into a low plank. Now squeeze the elbows, press the hands down, inflate the shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Walk the feet forward as close as you can. Keep pressing the elbows towards each other, engaging the arms and shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Come up into downward facing dog. Press the mat away. Now look at the hands. Squeeze the elbows in at the same time. Release both elbows down. Dolphin. Walk the feet back. High plank, low plank. Sorry, squeeze the glutes. Feel a hollow feeling into the front of the body, really activating every single muscle you have. Good. And then slowly just release the knees down. Okay, so usually what happens into forearm balance is that the elbows slide out to the side because we don't have the strength. Many teachers teach you with a block. I do like kind of the block idea, but I also feel that we get a little bit stuck on it. So if at the beginning this kind of posture is not possible, I'd rather you have the hands together and the elbows out, really pressing the forearm down into the mat. So wherever you are, either 10 fingers down into the mat or this kind of clasp fingers together, come up into dolphin. So now maybe you want to look at me for a second. Another obvious, normally we kick up, and this becomes like a banana shape, which is very hard to correct after a while. So what I like to think when I go upside down is really to try to stack the hips on top of the shoulder and the feet on top of the hips. When I'm in this straight line, then I need to push the mat away to align and lengthen. So wherever you are, if you don't have the forearm balance yet, maybe you want to be closer to the wall, lift the hips up. Now we're going to reach the right leg up. And instead of kicking the foot, think that the butt wants to lift up. So butt on top of the shoulders. When you feel maybe you want to touch the mat, then press away and lift the other leg up. You want to look between the fingers or the elbows, and then slowly try to collect the legs together. And when you're here, don't sink on it, but press away. Squeeze the glutes, stomach towards the spine, and then gently coming down. So maybe we're going to try it together. Do you want to add anything, Amina?
No, it looks so beautiful. I was just admiring you.
Good. If you do feel yourself going into this banana shape, try to collect the core in, walk the leg in, so don't let it drop, and really squeeze it in. Find this like low plank feeling, and then collect and push away, squeeze the glutes, stomach in. So anytime I lose it, looks very good, Amina. Good, ribs in, stomach in, squeezing the glutes. Very good. Good. So I think it's one of the hardest inversions there is.
I definitely.
You want to move on?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if you're working on it like that, I love the tip of not just like, it's basically working the harder way so that you have the correct alignment from the beginning, so you don't have to work back and like unlearn things that you've learned. So that way is great. Always thinking of hips over shoulders, like the hips are the heaviest part of the body, and what we're trying to do with every inversion, whether it's headstand, form stand, or handstand, is get this heavy part over the shoulders. So we're trying as much as possible to rely less on a kick and catch and more control. So yeah, I love that way with the legs.
Good.
So
You
now
want to
we
move
can do,
into...
so this one I'm going to show is if you're comfortable in your forearm stand and you want to add a back bend in your forearm stand, and this is a hollow back. Okay, so there's so many different shapes you can do in your forearm balance. There's scorpion, reaching the feet towards the head, and there's the other way where you're sending the chest forward, hips back. I'm going to show you now. There's two different ways that you can work on this. One of the ways is using a wall, and this is just a deepening, like deepening the pose kind of technique. It's not so much to work on the balance. Okay, so if you want to work on that, I'm going to show you the first way, and then I'll show you how to work towards balancing. So now, coming to the wall, this time bring your fingers all the way to touch the wall, okay? Elbows shoulder distance, and the palms are flat, so you're here. If you have any shoulder sensitivities, you can clasp the hands together or bring the palms together like this, okay? So these are the two options. And make sure you're touching the wall, you're pretty close. And then curl the toes, start to walk as close as possible, like you did in headstand, and push away. Choose one leg to kick up with. And if you're here, okay, bring your head through the arms. Start to bend the knees, sliding the feet down the wall, and then see if you can, as you send the chest forward, you're sitting your butt back. Don't worry about touching the wall with your sitting bones. Maybe you find that contact, maybe not, but just focus on pressing the floor away and sending your chest through your arms. So this is a deep and pretty amazing shoulder stretch. If your butt is on the wall, maybe you straighten the legs, and the lower you slide the butt down, the deeper this pose will become. So only working at your, finding that edge, nothing too intense. Keep pressing down through your base, through the forearms, and then to come down, you can find a neutral head and lower down. So this is a way to deepen your stretch, and you're not worrying about the balance. Now, the way I learned to balance was actually with the wall. I'm going to show you now. So this time, give yourself more space from the wall, like about maybe 6 inches, okay? And then you come up. Same thing, walk close, come up. Once you're here, start to bend the knees, okay? Gluing the knees together. Bring your gaze through the arms. Press the floor away. Start to float the feet off the wall. So this helps you. Maybe you catch it for a second. It's obviously easier if you have a forearm balance already in your practice. So you know how to negotiate the weight and keep sitting the butt back, chest forward. And the wall is right there. Maybe you're tapping the wall constantly and just learning the balance for a few seconds. So this is how I learned it. It was a great way to just understand how to balance with the gaze shifted like that. So try it a few times if you'd like. And then once you feel like you're ready to move away from the wall, you can do it away from the wall, basically the same thing. So you come up. And then I like to shift the gaze first, because that's what throws me off the most. And then feel for knees together, sending my chest through as I sit my butt back. It's almost like they're two opposite ends of a scale, and the chest coming forward and the butt sitting back are helping me leverage the weight. Okay? So once you're ready, you can take a rest or play around for a few more minutes, and we'll meet back with the wall. So last few breaths wherever you are. And slowly release for handstands.
Good. Okay, so we're gonna stand up to start with. I'm gonna move this a little bit. So for handstand is the same principle. So we really want to stack the body, and then when the body's aligned, I really want to press up. So to feel it, we're gonna have the back with your back body aligned into the wall, and then lift the arms up and try to press back of the ribs in, the front of the ribs in towards each other, yaw back into the mat. So the tailbone under, squeeze the glutes, elevate the shoulders towards the ears. So I'm really lifting the shoulders up and staying here. Keep working the core and really feel that it's like if you wanted to put the imprint into the wall. So you should feel burning almost. Good. And then slowly release and maybe just take a little shake. So this feeling is exactly the feeling that you want to have into the handstand. We can try to feel the same thing but without the wall. So one more time, we're going to lift the arms back. This time flex the hands, and then when you have the ribs in, the stomach in, the glutes engaged, now shift the gaze up towards. So you don't want to break the line. You just want to walk towards the thumb, flex the finger and stay here, and then push the hands up like you want to touch the ceiling. Squeeze the tailbone under, stomach towards the spine for 3, 2, and 1. Good. And slowly release. So this is exactly a handstand, but we're staying on the feet. So that's the feeling that we're trying to achieve after. So you can place the hands into the wall, so it's like arm distance, and then turn. The hands are going to go down into the mat, and then I'm going to lift the feet into the wall. So it's very important to know that if the arms are not strong enough, they'll break. So really try to lock the elbows and press away. Also make sure you know how to fall properly to the side. Now press the mat away, ribs in, and come up into the fingertips. Toe tips. Reach one leg up, and see if you can find a place of balance here. And then slowly knowing that the floor, the wall is here. And then switch legs. And just try to find a little place of balance wherever you are. Maybe bending the right leg. Keep reaching the left leg up or back. Just to feel the weight. Okay. And then slowly walk the feet back. And just release. Good. Take a little break into the shoulders. So I feel this way is very nice to feel the transference of the weight, although for some people it's a bit scary, the idea of falling down. One thing is important with the handstand is knowing how to fall, because then you know you can just fall out of it and nothing happens. So wherever you are, if the handstand doesn't work, you're here, just fall out to the side. Try not to go forward. We're going to look into different ways of going up into handstand. So we're going to this time face the wall. I'm going to start by kicking up. Then we're going to jump up, then eventually we're going to press up. So I'm going to place the hands not too close to the wall because the head will have to go further. So stay maybe 10 centimeters away, and then the legs reaching back. Now one more time, it's the same principle of pincha. You do not want to kick the foot up because that will get more of a banana shape, which we don't want. So same thing as pressing at the way, elevate the shoulder and feeling the hips want to go on top of the shoulders. And then eventually find the wall. When you're at the wall, don't think on it, but press away, ribs in. Lifting one foot up. Now you need to work the fingers and see if you can collect the legs together. When you have them together, press the floor away even more. Squeeze the ribs in, squeeze the glutes. And then when you have enough, coming down. So try to find the hollow feeling into the front and keep pressing the mat away and the feet up towards the ceiling. So try a few times, kicking one leg first, and then when you have the few, very nice, Amina, switch legs. So now the feet, but the hips up on top of the wrist, the hands. Maybe you want to play a little bit with the gaze also. Sometimes we're pressing the neck too much, sometimes it's too little. Find the place in between the hands, the gaze, and then press away. Good, ribs in a little bit more. Squeeze the inner thighs, reach up, beautiful. Yes, ribs in, squeeze the glutes. Perfect. And then slowly come down. Very nice, Amina. I was watching you. Take a little break. Maybe shake a little bit from side to side. So I'm going to keep wheeling the wall now. I'm going to speak about jumping up. I'm going to just show a few different types. So you can place your hands wherever you had them before this time. And we're not kicking anymore, but we're trying to jump 2 legs up at the same time into a tuck position. So what we need to do, we need to bend the knees, charge, and then 1, 2, 3, kick the legs up to touch the wall. And then slowly coming down. Kicking up, and then down. So try to work into this, maybe doing 8 to 10 repetitions. Use the breath to exhale in and up. Exhale down. Use the legs to bounce off and slowly down. Keep going. Try to touch the wall. Very nice. And then down. Good. A few more. Up and down and up and down. Okay. Okay. I know the arms are starting to burn. So I'm going to place this a little bit further. So one of the first ways I learned to do tuck is something called like frog jump. Sorry, I don't know if you can see me anymore. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to start into a malasana. Now press the hands forward and we're going to lift the hips up and down. Work the hands forward, press up and down. So eventually you'll find this place that is like a little bit effortless. If you fall, you need to fall to the side. Yeah?
Sorry, I couldn't see you so well. Can you do it one more time? I'm coming closer.
Yeah, so hands forward. So from this malasana position, you're going to lift the hips on top of the shoulders. This was really bad. So up.
Oh, so you're like in a frog, upside down.
Exactly. Okay. This will make it very easy to find the weight and the tucking position. So from here, however you want, you can expand and sit down. So try a few of those. If those are too scary, you don't need to come all the way up. You can also just, just shifting the weight. So the shoulders needs to be way, like a little bit past the wrist, and then you want to lift up. Yes, there. When you're there, push up even more. Down a bit.
I'm so used to bringing inner thighs together. It's like my brain is so confused.
So from here, just push away. From here, push, 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 push. Just know that the tailbone wants to go up. The shoulder needs to go a little bit past first. So you collect the core. Sorry. From here, hands down, collect, and down. Okay. So the same principle is just jumping up to tuck. So maybe just show it. If you're dead, you don't really have to do it. It's more just to know it. But from a downward dog position, I have my feet together. I look at the hands. I bend the knees. And then I sink the hips up on top of the wrist and then press up. So this is stuck with bent legs. If you want to go up with straight legs, you need to shift so the butt will go further away from the hands, so past the hands. So you look at the hands, bend the knees, hips back, you're here, and then slowly you need to squeeze the glutes to lift the legs up, and then press away.
Wow.
And then, so you get, a little bit into this L shape. So now we don't want the feet up anymore. You need to get into this kind of finding the weight up here. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Look at the hands, bend the knees, hips past. From here, press away, collect the core, collect the glutes, and then press away and jump back. Yeah, so it's been a bit more I know. One last. Yes, up. Perfect. Now collect. Squeeze. Very nice. Okay, one last thing, and then I think we're done. Otherwise, we're dying. The people are doing that also. So it's a kick up, a jump up. The next phase eventually is press up. So I can just show what it is, just to be sure. So I press the hands down on top of the shoulders, and then I come up into the toes. So I'm going to use a lot of this like hip flexors activity, and then it takes a lot of flexibility into the hamstring as well. So I reach up, now I squeeze away, I hug the legs in and press up. So I come up into straddle. So from here, press up, use it, come up. Now I squeeze the inner thighs together, and kick the wall and come up. So it takes a lot of strength and a lot of flexibility, like I said. And the way I learned to do it is using blocks to start with, and the wall. So I have 2 different blocks, I think you can see that. This is my first block, that is here. And then I can't press the hands too close to the wall because you need to shift the weight a little further. So the hands stay 10 centimeters away from the wall, and then I come up with the feet into the blocks. Now I walk so the head will touch, maybe far out now. So you can have the head touching the wall. From here, I squeeze the legs in as much as I can. The easier option is you get to jump. If you can, if you have the strength, you shift the weight, hugging, press the head into the wall and come up. Eventually, reach all the way up. When you're up, find your handstand position. I really press the head into the wall and squeeze the legs in towards the body, lift the tailbone upwards. So what the blocks do, they elevate you a little bit. So the position will eventually be a little bit easier, but it's very hard.
Oh my
yes.
God. I've never done this before.
I think you're a bit too far out. So make them a little bit closer in, the blocks.
In?
Yeah, closer to the wall.
Oh. Okay.
There, good. And then let's press the head into the wall. Good. Up into the toe tips. Squeeze abdominal. Lift the tailbone up.
What do you do? Is your head like, are you looking down? Or?
Yes, because I press the back of the head into it. So it's almost like the whole body wants to go. So if the hands are too close, you're not going to come up. So the hands need to be a little further away.
Oh, okay.
So literally lean into the wall, pressing your head. Good. And then try to jump up.
Oh my God.
Jump.
Okay, I'm going to try same thing, but a little. You can try it without the head on the wall, right? With the blocks?
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yes. Just press the hips up a bit more.
What?
So wherever you are, so don't leave the hips are the first thing that go up. So I'm going to press the hands down, round, and then lift the hips up first. So you're here. When you're here, you want to squeeze the legs up. If the hips are down somewhere, you're not going to be able to go. Yes, even more. Lift up.
Okay.
And really open up the feet out to the side.
Think more. Okay.
Yes. Hips up. Open up the legs. Yes. So we're having a little bit yoga. Yeah, it's very hard. So I can do one facing you so you see what the legs do.
Okay.
So from here, I come up into, like I really press away. And then the legs come out, not back.
Mm.
out. Okay, yours are reaching back a little bit. When I'm here, I want to squeeze the inner side and push up. If the legs, what happens if we do the same for the back?
Yeah.
Try to jump it a little bit. 1, 2, 3, kick it up. Yeah, hips up. So don't think about taking the feet off the floor. Think about lifting the hips up. Good, so transfer the weight, hips up. Yes, more, yes.
I can watch you
instead
of trying.
But I think another way actually to mastering the line, which I forgot to do, so I'm going back a little bit, is try the handstand facing the wall. So when you're a bit comfortable, you can walk the hands as close as possible to the wall and then squeeze everything. So again, you're imprinting yourself into the wall, finding this hollow front, pressing the mat away. And then when you feel that enough, either you roll to the side or you walk forward. Yes, that's beautiful, Amina. Good. And then whenever you're done, I think we had the last inversion for now. We can just sit back into hips. Now walk one hand forward, grab the hand and then stretch the arm to give the wrist a little release. And then relax, and then the other hand. So I bend the elbow. I grab the hand and then stretch the arm, flexing the wrist. And then slowly release, take a couple of wrist circles one direction, and then the other. Walk the hands forward. I like to grab the outer edge of the mat. You don't have to do that. Puppy pose, so either forehead or chin and chest down into the mat. If you want to go further, you can also bend the elbow so the right arm is on top of the left shoulder, and then press the chin into the forearms. If you're here, switch. Good. And then slowly roll up. I'm going to sit into the heels one more time. Now stretch the neck, so right hand into the left side of the head. Take the head towards the right side. Left shoulder reaches away from you. Play a little bit with the angles of the head. And then release, other side. Right shoulder this time, which is away from the right ear. Wiggle a little bit from side to side. Playing with the inclination of the head. Use this time, interlace the fingers behind the head. We're going to inhale, tap the chest up, press the head into the hands to open up. Exhale, round the spine, hug the elbows in, and one more time, press the head into the hands. Inhale to open up, pressing the head into the hands, open the elbows out to the side, arch the spine. Exhale, both elbows in, round the spine, pressing the head into the hands. One last. Inhale to open up. And exhale to round and stretch. Slowly release. Then press the right arm forward. Now hook the right arm with the left arm. Try to keep the right shoulder in place. And feel the stretching the triceps. Good. And release other side. Left shoulder in place. And just stretch or pull the arms towards the chest. Good. And then slowly release. Arms up. Tuck the arms past the chest. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Press the hands down to open up. And then slowly release. Use the chest and roll into the hips. Press the feet forward and roll a little bit from side to side. Good, and then slowly lie all the way down. Hug the knees into the chest. Release the left leg down. Keep the right knee up. Inhale and exhale. Take the right knee towards the left side. Look back towards the right hand. Breathe into the spine. Inhaling all the way up to the top of the head. Exhale. Close the ribs, belly button to spine, and expand the stretch even more. Inhaling all the way up. And exhale. Breathe into the tummy, into the spine, into the chest. Slowly coming back to center. Left knee up, right hand into the left knee. Inhale and exhale, take the left knee to the side. Look back towards the left hand. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, breathe, expand the twist. Belly button to spine, ribs in. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, allow the spine, the chest, the tummy to release and open. One last inhale. And exhale. Inhale, coming back to center. When I reach both like that, now flex the feet, bend the knees, grab the outside of the feet. Happy baby. Wiggle a little bit from side to side. And try to feel the tailbone reaching down towards the mat, towards the top of the head, lengthens into the opposite direction. Allowing the hips to open up, the knees sinking to the side of the head. Then bring the feet together, interlace the fingers, reach the knees away from you into little butterfly. Release both feet down into the mat. So you can either stay here into Supta Konasana, as we have the wall nearby. I think it's very nice to place the legs up the wall into Viparita Karani. That's an option. If there's something that you don't like, to slide down into Pujabhasana. If not, reach your legs up. Walk the hands away from the shoulders. Make sure that the feet are completely relaxed. Close your eyes. Take a big inhalation through the nose. Exhale, mouth open. Release. Again, inhale. Exhale, release. One last inhale. Exhale, release. Feeling the feet without tension, the legs completely healthy and relaxed. Observing the tummy rising up and down with the breath. The chest is soft. The arms, the wrists, the hands and fingers are heavy, sinking into the mat. The face is completely soft and released. The eyes, the nose, the mouth, the tongue, the jaw are without any tension. The space in between the eyebrows is completely released. In the temples, the forehead, melting to the side of the face. We're not focusing on the breath anymore. Although if you do feel that your mind starts wandering, maybe focus on the inhalation and the exhalation. Not allow the body and the mind to enjoy this moment of full relaxation. Absorbing the effects of the practice and calming down the nervous system from all the upside down, inversions, the firing up. Allow it now to soften and release. You can place the left hand into the heart, the right hand into your belly. In the inhalation, bring the breath into both hands. And exhale, allow the hands to drop down towards the mat, towards the ground. Inhaling up into the hands, puffing up the chest and the stomach. Exhale, allow them to sink down. One more, inhale all the way up. Exhale. And then slowly start bring the awareness into the fingers, into the toes. Circle the wrist, circle the ankle. And then stretch the arms above the head, the legs up towards the ceiling. And bend the knees into the chest and roll towards the right side of the body. And keeping the eyes closed, the next to come up last, lift yourself up into a sitting position, whatever sitting position you'd like. You can place a block underneath the hips if you want a more comfortable. And then place the hands into the knees. Feel the hips down towards the mat while the top of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling. And take a moment here to observe the body, the mind, and the fact that the practice had in both. And if you do have a good feeling, try to remember that you can come back to this anytime you need, through the breath, through the practice. Place the hands in front of the chest. Take a big inhalation through the nose. Exhale on.
Thank you.
Open up your eyes. Thank you, Amina, for having me. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you for joining. And thank you for teaching all these amazing things. We're definitely going to be sore tomorrow.
You.
Thank you. And Francesca is going to be on moving soon. So you guys should stay tuned with her, with her classes. Bye. See you soon.
Bye.